It's time to find out what I recently purchased from Archer and Olive, so stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. And yes, I have made some more purchases from Archer and Olive. I bought this when they released their new Everyday collection, and I had anticipated buying something from the Everyday collection, but I didn't. So everything that I bought was from prior releases. But that's okay. That's okay. I did end up buying some printable stickers. I will show those to you as well. But here we go. I guess because it's part of the Everyday collection is why it had this tape on it. Now I'm opening it upside down because, you know, the label has my address on it. So I got a clear journal cover. We're going to test that one out today. I have a couple of B5s as well as an A5. All right, I went ahead and removed all the packaging just so I don't have to deal with that. Figured it was easier to do it at one time. So first I'm going to take a look at this one. This was one of the, it wasn't a restock, but when all of the pre-orders came in for some of their journals from the summer release, they had some extras. So that is where this one came from. Can you see what it is? So this is the Moonlit Garden A5. And they did have like dot grid and stuff like that when it first was added to the site as part of, like, I guess you can call it a restock of sorts. But by the time I went to purchase it, they only had blank, and I wanted this so bad that I just like, you know what, I'm going to get it. Now it does look like it's a little dinged right there, but that's fine because it's still so pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. And that's the inside. It's like holographic foil. And this is blank, which, you know, now I'm not saying this is what I'm going to be using this for because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be using it for. But this would make a really good junk journal. Just because you're just covering the pages anyway, you really don't need the dot grid. So that would make it perfect for that. But look how stunning this is. So this is like, the cover feels like textured. It's a vegan leather, but it feels, you know, a little textured. You can kind of see the texture in on it, but it's so pretty. So yeah, I had to get this. Maybe they'll bring this back one day as part of a bring back the faves. I don't know. This one, as far as the blank one, still may be available because it was available a few days ago. My discount code AGWP will save you guys 10%. Like I said, I do think the blank journals can be useful for something like art journaling or junk journaling or what have you. So yeah, I had to get the A5, which is usually do not buy A5 journals just because so many of them come in subscription boxes and things like that. But like I said, that was all that was left. So that's what I went with. All right, now let's take a look at this one. So this is the Halloween box. You give me the Halloween release so you can see that. And I did get the coiled key and the B5 size. So B5 and 8x8 are my like favorite journal sizes by far. And they're usually only a few bucks more than the A5 size, which is kind of crazy. Look at that, y'all. This is why I had to have this. Not because of the stunningness of the cover, but I really wanted a deckled edge journal. But this cover, I'm going to tell y'all. So I have seen unboxings. I've seen like Archer and Olive, like when they've done their unboxings, and then when they showed this on their Instagram and stuff like this. It is more stunning in person. So it definitely feels like vegan leather, but the texture actually looks like cloth, doesn't it? That is so pretty. This is very, very luxurious looking, even with the snake and the key. That is just so stunning. And then that. And then now you can see the texture here. So then here's the inside with the key. And then of course it's dot grid with the deckled pages. So I did want the deckled pages, of course, because they're this finish. I probably would not be doing like washi on the edges or even like Dutch doors as much in this one, just because I want to keep that look. That is so cool. I mean, you could do this yourself with like a razor or really sharp scissors or whatever, but I just think it's so pretty. And then we have the gray silk bookmarks. So pretty. So glad I got this one. I'm trying to think of what sizes were available. I think the 8x8 was still available, and this one, I believe this one also, there were some blackout pages also available. I did not want to do a blackout journal with deckled edges. That would probably make me so nervous. I like using a lot of washi in my blackout journals, so I did want a blackout journal though. I really did. They did not have any available. I wanted an 8x8 in the other release. The other journal. Was it? Now I'm trying to figure out which one it was. Was it the one with the tarot? I think it was the one with the tarot. No, I did not want the 8x8 in that. I don't know what size I wanted, because that one, I would prefer a more square one because of the tarot card. But I definitely wanted a blackout, and they didn't have it in the size I wanted. I just can't remember what size that was now. And I cannot get this paper back in the box, so we'll just go from there. All right, and then my final journal is also a B5, and this is from the fall collection. Yes, so right now I have, so it's my 4th or 5th journal from the fall collection. Apparently this has been like my favorite release from Archer and Olive to date. And I got, what is this one called? Forest Impressions. Look how gorgeous this is, guys. And like, I'm being completely honest. Seeing it on camera does not do it justice, because I have seen, this is another one that I have seen over and over again, and I didn't buy it. And the only reason why I bought it is because this one is going to complement another journal that I have really, really well. So that's the reason why I purchased it specifically, because if that one fills up like mid-year, then this one can be the backup. But this is stunning. Look at that color, like the black and, is that black or just navy and blue? So pretty. So pretty. So yeah, I'm really glad I got this. This is really soft vegan leather as well. I'm going through these pretty quick just because I did not buy any of the new Everyday Collection journals. So I also purchased this. This is a B5 clear journal cover. They did have more of these in different sizes, but as of now, the only thing they currently have, or at least they had at the time of filming, is the B5 and the pocket size. So I really want an 8x8 as well. So we're going to try this. Let me grab one of my other journals, just because I don't know how hard it's going to be to get into the cover, and I don't want to like bend my other journals. So we're going to use this one. So it's just a plastic cover. I haven't had many plastic covers. I only had one other one that I got off of Amazon for my week's notebook. So I can't really comment really on the quality or anything like that, just because I don't have much to compare it to. But these are pretty small. I kind of like the fact that these aren't super wide, because hopefully that means getting the journal in there would be easier. And then you just have the Archer and Olive symbol right here on the snap. Does it turn? Yeah. I need it upright. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here, guys. Oh, okay. That was easy. I was like planning for it to be difficult. So there is nothing on here. I think I've seen a cover somewhere where there were slits so you could put your, like, pull the band out, but it's not on this one. So there we go. So it's a little bit extra at the edge. My guess is that is what helps you be able to get it in a little bit easier, because if it was like a tighter fit, it would probably be a little bit more difficult to get this in. So that I'm perfectly fine with. I just don't know about like me being a decorative planner and journaler. Once it starts to thicken up, probably will not be able to use this, just because that's going to be a pretty... it's already fairly snug, so there's only a little bit more room to grow. So as it gets thicker, you probably won't be able to use a snap. I have other covers I can't use a snap on either, so that's a common problem. But, you know, it should hold up here. It should stretch a little bit. So that's the thing with the plastic cover. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use it on a journal. What I may use it on is a planner. Let me grab it. So this is a Hemlock and Oak B5. It should also fit. But let's see. That is a, yes, that is a Live Love Posh sticker journal pack cover. That's what I'm going to be using as a pencil board. I just want to test it because sometimes B5s are not all equal. Yeah, that fits. So there we go. My Hemlock and Oak also fits in there. This is probably what I'm going to use it for. I need to wipe this down. It's got stuff on it and scuffs. So I need to wipe that down. But yeah, super excited about this. I just want to be able to protect the cloth covers because I am pretty messy when it comes to my planners and journals. So if I can protect it in some way, shape, or form, let me try. We'll see. I'll do like check-ins with this. I mean, you'll see it on my journals or my probably that notebook next year, that planner next year. So you will be seeing how it holds up, but I will also kind of just check in and let you guys know as well. Finally, on the day I purchased all of this stuff, which was on October the 10th, they had a $1 digital sale for that one day only, and I stocked up. I bought a lot of tabs. So right now I have 6 right here. That might have been all I bought. I think that might have been all I bought. So they're just blank tabs. I mean, they have like little graphics on it depending on whatever theme you purchased. I'm sorry, I don't know all of the themes. I know that's the chrysanthemum. This is the lunar veil. This is the vintage camera. This is one of the floral ones from the summer release, I think it was. And then this is the compass. And then this is a book one. Or was it attic? Actually, this one might have been the attic. Okay, so I did remember most of them. But you can see how they have like little graphics on the tabs. Now, because these are digital, you can print them any size you want. I made them small enough so I can print 2 to a page when I cut it with my Cricut, because, you know, the Cricut also takes up some size as well. If you have a cutting machine, then you know that. You have to size it down a lot smaller than 8.5 by 11. Plus, I wanted it very small because I want these to be low profile when I use them. And these are going to be used in my planners and my memory keeping books. So I did add months to some of them because, like I said, they are completely blank. So those are months. So you can already see I am planning ahead for next year, y'all. And then this one I've already started using. I will show you guys that. This I'm going to be using on my travel memory keeper book. And this I'm going to be using on my reading journal. But just so you guys can kind of see. Again, I made these really tiny so that way they would be low profile. And I used vinyl sticker paper that I got from Amazon. And I think this is going to last all year. So it's not super thick. I'm sure if you purchase some from Archer and Olive, they will be a lot better quality, but these were $1. Okay. And I really liked the graphics. That's the reason why I bought so many, because if not, I would have just bought probably one of like the more plain ones, maybe even one of those, and just went with that for everything. But yeah, so I use like white text so I can make the white words on there. This is my Magical Readathon journal, so all of the titles are related to that. I just wanted section tabs. Yes, I probably could have made my own tabs. I make my own stickers and stuff like that, but I felt like that would be a lot of work. So I'm like, for $1, I'm just gonna purchase them from Archer and Olive. And then I bought 4 sticker sheets. You can see some little pieces of sticker remnants hanging off, because when you purchase your stickers from Archer and Olive, this is the first time I've ever did anything digital with Archer and Olive. You get a folder. So like this is the cute bats. So it came in a zip file and everything went into a folder. I have a PNG of each of these graphics individually. Plus I have a PNG with cut lines of all the graphics together and a PNG of all the graphics together without cut lines. I did the with cut lines option. I would not recommend that if you have a Cricut. Maybe that is for silhouette users. I don't know. I probably should have read the description and see if it mentioned that. But for Cricut users, I would probably do no cut lines and then just create your own offset once you're in the Cricut design space. It cut fine. It cut fine. Perfect. I am shocked that my Cricut is aligned, right? Or whatever, because it needs to be reset or whatever, but I don't think it does. I think it print perfectly. However, there was like a green cut line around it, and my Cricut cut that green line. See, look, it cut between the green line and the image. So there's no offset on these stickers, which is fine because it cut perfectly. However, it took probably 20 to 30 minutes to cut these 2 pages, where it probably should have taken about 5 because there isn't really much intricate cuts in here. It also cut around each of those. It cut here. You can see I already pulled it off to see, so it cut the stars out. So yeah, I would do the image, either individual images or do the version that is no cut lines and do the offset. Again, if you have a Cricut, cannot speak to the silhouette. The other thing I want to mention, I've mentioned this before on my channel when I have done printables. Paper matters. This is Online Labels brand paper. I got it from Amazon. I do have it linked in my storefront. I will also link it down in the description box. Just to show you the quality difference between 2 different types of paper. Again, this is Online Labels. This is another brand. It's Beckney. I used to use this brand and it was fine. For some reason, they changed where now this is on the back. So they changed paper. This is horrible quality. Absolutely horrible quality. I don't know whether or not to like try to return it because it's so bad, or just deal with it and use it for words, you just like quotes and stuff that I print out or something like that, because that should be fine. I will say this is the same exact printer settings. I did not change my printer settings. This is on best mode, and best mode should not have printed like this. That is horrible. And I just bought 200 sheets of this. So not happy about that. So definitely, I can recommend Online Labels. I'll be removing this from my Amazon storefront because I cannot recommend the Beckney or however you say it, label printer paper, sticker paper, but I can this. But these are really cute stickers. So this one is the cute bat sticker set. This is the vintage camera. This is the field mouse. And then this is the raccoon. I don't know if there's another name for it or what, but it cut really cute and I'm excited to use it. So, and now that I have printable versions, all of these, I think I can also like privately print. Yeah, I can print all of these on clear sticker paper as well, just because of the colors. They all should show up. The ghost might have a hard time, but everything else should be fine. So I might want to do some of these on clear as well. But there we go, guys. So that is my Archer and Olive haul. It was a really good haul. These journals, y'all, wow. I just cannot believe how stunning they all are. I will not be using the coiled key anytime soon. I got to figure out the right thing to use this for with those deckled edges. Yeah, I got to use it for something. Obviously, as a decorative planner, everything I do is decorative, but something where I'm not going to want to do Dutch doors and stuff. And then this is still studied too, my A5. Like I said, that might end up being a junk journal. And then, of course, my Forced Impressions one. Oh, I'm so glad I picked that one up. It was going to be between the Forced Impressions and the new light blue Songbird one, but the blue just looked so bright of that Songbird one. I was nervous to get it. It was a little too bright for my liking, at least in the photos. But like I said, just seeing these in person and seeing how different they look in person versus online, which is a positive experience for me because they look much better in person. That Songbird might also look better in person, but I was a little hesitant. So that's why I went with the Forced Impressions instead of that one. But I'm super happy, guys. I really am happy with my purchase. If anything here intrigues you, if you want to make a purchase at Archer and Olive, don't forget my discount code AGWP will save you 10% off of your order. And I do have a affiliate link down in the description box. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until my next video, bye.